Long did she walk, far to the east. After that horrible night when the bandits attacked her parents' trade caravan, she knew that the only two that had lived were her and her faithful dog, Max. At first she despaired, but her parents' lessons about living off the land came quickly. And one thing became clear. She needed to build a shelter and find food if she and Max were to survive. Now, in this mountainous area, we follow Alison on her journey as she survives. Hello, and welcome to this, a first in the series of Going Medieval. So, as I said before, we're just going to pause this for a little moment here. We have Alison Burrows here, who got separated from her little caravan after a bandit raid, and she is accompanied by her doggy Max here. Now they have very meager stuff to go off of. She has a short bow, a spear, some wood, a hat, a buckler, and 3 packaged meals there, so not much to go off of. I've already asked Alison to go ahead and cut down some of these trees. Oh, one moment please. Alarm was going off or something else. So yes, I've already asked Alison to cut down some of these trees, and right now we're going to start by focusing on trying to build a little shelter for Alison to be able to sleep for the night, because if we look up in the top right corner here, you can see that this is actually the first day of winter, so it is going to get quite cold. It's already negative 8, almost negative 9 degrees centigrade outside. So for those of us that live in cooler, quiet climates, we know that this isn't cold as such, but it's certainly not something you want to sleep through. If you're well bundled up, and you should be fine. And Alison does not seem to be well bundled up now that I take a good look at her. Okay, let's see. What can we do here? Let's go over to the Manage tab, and I'm going to ask Alison first off to equip herself a ranged weapon. I'll take the bow. She will eventually need to... Well, she may need to defend herself if there's more bandits, but at first she may need to do some hunting, so she'll want that. And as for headwear, we saw that we did have a cap, so that should help us just a little bit with the cold weather. So we see we have minimum comfort temperature that's been increased and stuff, so that should be quite nice. All right, so Alison should go and pick that up when she's ready, really. And let us just take a quick look around, because right in this immediate area we don't have... I'm gonna pause this once more. We don't have that much to go off of. We do have a little bit of wood. We've got a lot of these shrubs. What are these? Ivy, so we have access to sticks, but that's about it. Let's take a look around a little bit more. Over here we have, in the bottom left here, you can actually see what I'm hovering over. We have salt. This is all salt. That's interesting. Salt is good for food preservation, so when we do have food, later on we might need the salt, but not right away. Down here it's a little bit darker. What is this? This is iron. Okay, iron obviously is good for tool making. And what else? We have gold. Ooh, we actually have gold in the mountains here. Well, that's interesting. I mean, not at first. You can't eat gold, as I'm sure you well know. But it might be good down the line. What you can eat are these, however, red currant shrubs. So what I'm going to do is just ask her to harvest a few of these, just so that we have access to some food. As mentioned previously, we have a good, a good 3 packaged meals over here, but that's not going to last us too long. I think they eat about 2 meals a day, and Alison and Max will both eat. I think Max eats less often. I believe that's the case. It's been a little while since I've actually played this game. So 3 packaged meals will probably last us like a day and a half. So we will need food quickly enough. Otherwise, what is this? We have tall grass. That's going to be useful not to eat, but to make like some sort of bed for ourselves. Let's have a turn around here. Okay, this is the level she's currently on. So I'm going to have her harvest this. Ooh, can she even get up there? Okay. Let's turn these off actually. Harvest, cancel. There we go. And try to stay on the same area that we are. We're not quite ready to start making... Oh, hello. It seems we have a deer carcass just laying on the ground here. Okay, well that might be a better source of food out to start. We'll have the deer carcass, and we'll be able to butcher that up. And that'll be food for Max as well, because I'm not sure Max really enjoys the red currants. Is there, however, any more grass? No, not that I can see. And there's another deer carcass over here. Okay, well that one's a bit further away, so we're not going to worry about that right away. Yeah, so let's focus on this. This will be for bedding, and did I unforbid this deer carcass? I think I will, as such. What we're going to do in the immediate... okay, let me have a think here. So this area here, where these trees are good for two reasons. First off, there are trees. We're going to need wood for Alison to be able to do a bunch of things. Keep herself warm for once. It is winter, as I mentioned. But later on, she'll be able to perhaps do some agriculture, planting seeds and stuff. And this area will be good for that because you can't plant seeds on stone. So my thinking is, we have access to stone, right? We have access to hay to start building a little bed. And we want to keep this as much as possible from being used up. So let's make a little stone hut right over here. So let's go and start with that. Start with some stone. And I'll make the entrance just staring at this area. Why not? So let's try to keep it small and simple. Let's make it just something like this. And we'll also give it a little door. Do we want a literal door? I believe so. We want to keep the heat in. Let's see, what are our options? Gated door, wicket door. Oh, we could have a wicker door. Let's make a wicker door. Yeah, just right here. And we can use the wood for actually keeping us warm and stuff. And finally, let's also build ourselves a roof. We are not going to make a thatch roof. We're going to make a stone slate roof for now. Just like that. I think that's good. And we're going to let her start up. Here we go. So Alison should be doing a few things. What is she doing first? She has picked up some stone and she started building that. Fantastic. Let's also just scroll down. The interesting thing about this game is that there are height levels in the world, so you can see what's in these. You can dig into the mountain if you like, but for now all we want is to be able to see inside Alison's newly built home of sort. We're going to queue up a bed right here, and we're also going to queue up a brazier, stone brazier. Put that here for warmth, and she'll have herself a place to sleep, a place to keep herself safe from the elements, and something to keep her warm during these winter months. Oh, fantastic. Alison just gained a construction level because she is building. Let's take a look at Alison. We haven't given her very good luck yet. So Alison is 24 years of age. 10th of spring. Oh, her birthday is in spring. Fantastic. She weighs 53 kilograms. She is 153 centimeters. Her religious alignment, she is devout of restitutionists. What does this mean? This settler really... wow. Okay, let me try that again. This settler needs religious activity every few days. Okay, that's good for us to know. She's going to need to do a little bit of prayer, I guess, every few days. They require a church of restitution. That's a little bit off. or chapel for the religious observations. Well, we'll get back to that. I think food and shelter is a little bit more important for now. Right. What else? Inventory, her winter clothes. Ah, this is why she's keeping warm, you see. She is wearing winter clothes right now. Fantastic. And, aha, construction. So these are her skills. For those of you who've never played this game before. And her construction, she is very passionate about construction. She really enjoys it, and that means that she's going to gain 4 times more experience from whatever she's doing, which is good for us. Unfortunately, she's not very good at it right now. She's only level 3, I guess this is. But she'll get better a lot faster, and hopefully that means she's not going to screw up her bed when she's building that. We'll have to see about that. And yes, otherwise she is quite passionate about animal handling, so our little friend Max there. Quite passionate about mining, that's interesting, and speechcraft. Good at bargaining. I'm not sure if she's going to bargain with much other than Max. We'll have to see. She's actually very good at culinary. Oh, she's been taught to cook. She doesn't like it very much, but she is quite good at it. Level 28, that is her highest stat. Quite nice. Food reserves on stockpile low. Yes, she doesn't have any food. We'll get to that. Don't worry. Let's see what else. Attributes, movement speed, appetite. Is there anything? Oh, that's interesting. She's young, so she's gaining more XP. Okay. There's not that much that interesting in here. What else do we have? Stats. So these are things she needs. She's not very sleepy. She's getting hungry, so eventually she'll go and eat one of those meals. She has alcohol requirement. I'm sorry. The amount of alcohol a settler requires. If this need is not met, the settler will be unhappy. Okay, so she's not going to die of lack of alcohol, but she won't be very happy. She is thin. Okay. And she is young. Yes, we know about young. Interesting. She has a little mood meter. Fantastic. She is not in pain and everything else is perfectly fine. Good. What about Max? Let's take a look at Max while she's building. Oh, she's built herself a little clay thing. Let's actually just scroll out. I want to see. Aha. I want to see if she had finished the roof. So she has a brazier and it's completely useless right now. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. What do we have? We have stats. That's food. Okay, so he doesn't have skills. Our little friend Max doesn't have skills. Pets roam around the settlement freely. They can pass through any door that a settler can. Fantastic. And he's not in any danger. Fantastic. Or she. I guess this could be a female dog. Can we see that anywhere? Slaughter, release, no. Appetite, evade chance, no, I don't see it. It could be a female dog because I've known people called Maxine before, so who knows? Well, whatever the case, we're going to go with a male dog because usually Maxes, well, they tend to be boys. Maxine is not as common a name, so we're going to go with that. This is our doggy Max. Oh, there we go. Alison has begun to eat, and it looks like, oh no, I was gonna say it looks like she's picked up her bow. She has not. Fantastic. She's gonna go back to here. What is she doing right now? Actually, let's just scroll up. She's building the roof. Wonderful. How much longer do we have on this roof? Not very long. We have one space of roof and then one wicker door to build, and I believe she's picking up wicker right now. She decided to go as far as she could. There was wicker right here and she went way over there. Well, that's fine. Oh, what is she picking up? Yeah, okay, no, she's picked up the wicker from here. Okay, so she will be working on the door now. There we go. Fantastic. So there's the door. There, this is what I was looking for. And then there's going to be one more roof. Then she'll have her sleeping spot. And then we're going to start taking a look. Actually, I just realized it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon already. I think for the rest of the day, we're going to look at trying to bring things closer to the house. So I'm going to create a zone, default stockpile, and right over here, just on the side here, I'm going to build a stockpile. And we're going to accept absolutely everything in here. So anything that isn't currently being forbidden, she should be bringing to here. Now, what is she up to? Oh, it looks like she's going to pick up the tall grass to make herself a bed. Fantastic. That is exactly what we want. Can we, I'm wondering, jump to, select next, go to layer. Oh yeah, there we go. I don't have to follow her around anymore. So Alison has now picked up a little bit of hay, and she's going to bring that, I believe, to build the bed. Yes, that's what it looks like. Fantastic. Construction failed. Not fantastic. You know what I would say? That she's good at construction, so hopefully that won't screw up her bed. Well, that didn't work out. All right, so she has a roof. She has 4 walls, she has a door, and inside that door, she has a bed, and she has herself a stone brazier that actually takes in wood to be burnt. That's good. So if we go back to the top right corner here once more, we can see it is now 6 o'clock in the evening. It is minus 12 degrees centigrade out here, so it's starting to get a little cool. Under 10, it's uncomfortable. Actually, when there's a wind, it's uncomfortable, to be honest, in winter. But if we just scroll over to this area, we can see it is 25 degrees centigrade inside, even when Max opens the door. That's good to know. So, even if Max is like opening and closing the door throughout the night, she will not freeze because it is 25 degrees. Good, good, good. We're going to let Alison here just go ahead and bring some more stuff to the stockpile. I've noted, of course, that there are 2 packaged meals here that are left. One of them are going to be eaten by Max, I'm almost certain. Unless he's found another source of food. I vaguely remember us saying that there were, in fact, a rat around. Like a corpse of a rat. Max may have killed a rat. Maybe he's eaten the rat. Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Let's see. So Alison is bringing stuff. Alison is wearing the cap. So she actually will be able to survive the cold weather a little bit more. Is that... Can you see that in the stats, actually? I may have passed over it, but I didn't see it with a cursory glance. No, I'm not really seeing it. That's fine. She's able to take a little bit more cold, which is fine because it's getting even colder now. Where's she going? She's going to pick up the deer carcass. Good, 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 good. And what the heck is this? Hello? We have a pheasant here. A wild pheasant just wandering around. Okay. Well, I was saying that she might be able to hunt. She won't need to because she has a random deer carcass, but she will be able to hunt eventually. All right, it is now, it is 8 o'clock at night. It's starting to get dark, and she's still up and about and working. So let's take a look at her schedule. Okay, she has sleep from, what is this, 11 o'clock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hours of sleep. You know what? No, you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. As for, let's give her a few hours of leisure at least, right? And let's also give her a lunch break and a breakfast break, something like that. I think that's good. Let's just leave it like that. That's probably over micromanaging there. And for some reason, she is still picking stuff up and bringing it over to the stockpile. I guess that is her leisure right now, because we haven't actually given her anything to do. What do we have for leisure? A shrine. Ooh, okay. We could build a shrine. This is what they were saying. She does need a shrine every few days. But I think food might be more important at the moment. So what I'm going to do is go to production, go to campfire, right here. So she'll be able to cook the food, and to be able to butcher the deer carcass, let's just go ahead and ideally this is inside these production tables because they're slower on the outside, but I think this is fine. I think she can go ahead and build that. Yeah, she needs wood for this production table. Fantastic. All right, what time is it? It is now already 10 o'clock. Right. And Alison is building herself a campfire. Let's queue up until she has 4? 3. Let's queue it up so that she always has at least 3. Oh, here's the rat carcass I was talking about. Alright. So she'll be able to, like, make herself some meals. And the idea is that we don't want to make all the meals right away, because cooking a meal does preserve it for a little bit, but it doesn't preserve it that well. So the idea is you have... Okay, this is gonna rot in 5 days time, probably because it's cold outside. So you have this deer carcass or rat carcass here, and they will slowly rot over time. And once they're about to rot, you then butcher them, and then that meat has its own amount of time before it can rot. And then once that's just about to rot, you then cook it, and then that have it. So essentially, it's a way of like preserving it by doing it in separate steps. It's a little weird. I don't know if that's exactly how things work in real life, but it kind of is. In which, if you have raw resources, they like stay good for a certain amount of time, and then eventually you want to cook with them, and then once they're cooked, they stay good for another certain amount of time. And then of course we have refrigeration that makes everything better, but still, it's fine. All right, so Alison should be on the verge of waking up. 7 o'clock. When did I? Okay, she's using up her leisure time to sleep. Sure. You know what? You do you, girl. She was very tired. She had a big day yesterday. And she's picking up more piles of stone. Okay. We are going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and butcher up something. She still has one. Oh, she has one packaged meal. Well, that's fine. Yeah, she's currently eating that one packaged meal. So she's about to lose, she's running out of food today, essentially. So she's gonna want to have some actual cooked meals. She just picked up a meal. What? Pouch. Meal? Is she butchering herself a packaged meal? What? I'm a bit confused. I thought she would pick up the rat or the deer to do this, but okay. All right. So today she will either way, despite her butchering a packaged meal, she should have access to food. So our first important steps have been done. She has herself a warm space to sleep, and she has access to food. Rat leather. Oh, she picked up a rat. And does she still... She has the packaged meal. She's just holding on to it. Okay. Oh, that's okay. And we have 3 rat meat. Settlers are idle. Okay, let's give it a little pause here. Does it tell you what you actually need to make these meals? I guess not. Okay, let us have her butcher up something else. Let's see if we can make meals. You know what? I'm going to go back to the schedule. I'm going to put this and this to anything. So I do want to leave her some leisure time in the evening, but throughout the day, let's not micromanage it, mostly considering that she used her leisure time to just sleep earlier. Not not quite what I had intended. Also, yeah, we don't actually have anything for her to do. So she is currently butchering this up. We're hoping that she cooks something up so that, you know, Max and her has food. But I think it's time now to go ahead and just give her a little place to worship. And I'm not sure how much sense this makes, but I would like her to be able to worship just kind of hugging this little cliff here. I know I said that I wasn't going to use up this dirt area, but I lied. I lied, apparently. And we are going to do this and just put this right up here. And I'm hesitating right now. Do I want to actually have this enclosed? Because even if it doesn't have a source of heat, I think it'll still have a source of... it'll still be slightly warmer than outside. I think I will. I think what I'm going to do is just this right here. This. And I have like 2 wicker doors. Put this here. Put this here. And then we could also make a little roof. There we go. Oh, it needs to do that. I can't actually undo that. Currently anyway. Okay, what I can do is make little stairs up to it. There we go. So Alison will be able to go up here, clean that out when it's ready. As for now, scrolling the other way, she is currently making herself a restitutionist shrine. So even if she doesn't have the entire like a little setup here to be able to do it in a dry area when it's raining, she is look at that. She's already praying. And it seems the restitutionists are essentially Catholic, or at the very least Christian in some form, or maybe they just have a very similar symbology. Who knows? So there are actually 2 different types of faith. We've built a little restitutionist shrine, but there's also an Oak Brethren shrine. It doesn't actually say what they're assigned to, blah blah blah, to pray. Yeah, it doesn't actually say any information about them, unfortunately. It probably says it somewhere and I could look it up, but I'm not sure where to look. But there's Oak Brethren, and then there's the restitutionists, and I think Oak Brethren are supposed to be like pagan. I think that's the idea here. The separation is between Christians and pagans, and this is like their in-game representation. So she is restitutionist, and she now has a little shrine, and eventually she'll have herself a little area to hello. Not enough allowed resources. Oh, because she just picked up the stone. And eventually she'll have herself a nice dry area to pray in. Let's actually unforbid some of the stone. It's just lying on the ground. We don't even have to dig for it, so it's perfect for that. And she is building up some walls. Okay, so we have some sort of a source of food. Eventually she will have to go out and hunt, but for now we have raw meat here, and we have a deer carcass that's slowly rotting. But as I mentioned, it should take a little while before it does that. And yeah, I'm taking a look around. Wolf, we probably don't want to fight a wolf. Okay. We have another wolf. We have a pheasant. That's a little bit more manageable. And we have this, a goat. Oh. We might be able to tame the goat, but I don't know. Let me see. Zones, we can't really set up a pasture for the moment. Warfare. Misk? Fence wicker. A rustic boundary useful for organizing crops and livestock. Easily penetrated by marauders. Okay, wicker gate. So we do have things to feed them and keep them safe in. Oh, we could put a sign up. A pen marker. Place a pen marker in an enclosure. Oh, there we go. That's how that works. So I haven't actually played this game since there's been an update for animals, like livestock. So I haven't seen this before, but that's interesting. I think I have an idea of how that works now. Let's see. As for furniture, tables, stools, sleeping spot, torches. Okay. We have a basic research table. That's going to be useful down the line. All right. There is a lot in this game, and you don't necessarily only ever play it with a single character. Oftentimes you'll be starting these off as like larger settlements. So like, I can't remember how many it is, but it's probably like a good 7 people or something. And then you start up a little village and so on and so forth. In our case, we're just following Alice. Alison is doing well for herself right now, and I'm quite happy with how things have progressed. In fact, I'm now looking at the time and realizing that it's been quite a little while. So what we're going to do is we're going to speed time up just a little bit. Yeah, that's a bit faster. Let's see how much she gets done before the evening, and then we're going to call it for today. Diggy diggy dig. And let's see, she's getting some more sticks, building herself another door piece, some stone, building herself a roof. Oh, there we go. She has herself a little shrine, a little temple area. There we go. And it is now 8 o'clock. It should be 9 o'clock soon. Oh, she's zooming along. She's getting quite a bit done here. Okay. Wow. Yeah, she's picking up some stone, and I'm just waiting for her to go to bed at this point. There we go. That should be about time now. Settlers suffering from cold. Oh no. Slow down time for a second. What is happening? It is 20 degrees outside. And that's the issue. So she is starting to get cold. Let's see. Oh, this is where you see the temperature. Okay. So her minimum comfort level is -9. It is -20 degrees. This, from experience, is actually cold weather. -20 is uncomfortable. Unless you're well bundled up, you don't want to be walking outside at -20. Yeah, there's like little snowflakes around her. She is quite cold right now, and now she's no longer cold because she's sleeping. Let's just leave that up to midnight. Auto saving, there it is. It doesn't auto pause, however. So here we go. It is now officially day 3 of winter. Alison has been up in these mountains for just 2 days, and look how far she's gotten. She has managed to acquire a source of food that she may or may not have just found on the ground. Maybe the wolves took it down. I'm not sure what happened there. She has made herself a little stockpile to keep all of the things that she has. She made herself a campfire to be able to cook the food, a butcher's table to be able to butcher up any animal that she picks up. She has made herself a little hut here, made out of stone, where she's able to keep herself warm. It is, as I mentioned, 25 degrees inside and -20 outside. That is quite the difference. She's even managed to build herself a little shrine and make herself a little temple area. Aha! And as I mentioned, so you see at the top right, -20.9 degrees centigrade outside, -1 degree inside. That is not warm. It is not warm, I'll grant you that, but it is a lot warmer. And yeah, that's fantastic. So whenever she has her need to go do a little pray, she can do that over there. She is doing pretty well. A home, a place of worship, food, and Max is still there. He's still with us, just laying in the doorway. You must be a little warm inside, so he's trying to let a little bit of that warmth out. And this is where we're going to leave it for today. So thank you for joining me on this adventure with Alison and Max in Going Medieval, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.